G'day, fuckheads! Now, since getting into 40k lore, my channel has grown quite significantly, but in saying that, there is still a massive group of you cunts that prefer fantasy, which I am low-key a part of as well. So I was thinking, how do I suck two dicks with only one mouth? And the answer, so obvious, is to combine the dicks into a super dick, which my voluptuous blowjob lips could still conquer. Metaphorically. Or literally, it could be one of those days. Hence, today we are looking at the 5th Chaos God, Matt Ward. No, it's actually Malal or Malice, depending if you're going to be a pussy that's scared of copyright infringement. Anyway, back to the fusion dick-sucking metaphor. Malal is involved in both fantasy and 40k, and before you shit-eating know-it-all book little fucking nerds come at me and be like, Malal isn't canon, I'll have you know that in a fictional universe you can choose your own canon. Malal is the chaos god of destruction, and by that I mean his goal is to destroy everything and everyone, including himself. Whilst the other chaos gods pretend they want to destroy everything, they actually really enjoy reality and all the challenges they face. Plus, if they destroyed everything, they would cease to exist. As such, Malal is well known and liked for his obsession with trying to destroy the 4 gods of chaos. Before I continue though, we're getting hit from today's sponsor. When I pick long-term sponsors for this channel, I make sure they bring value to you guys as my audience. That's why we're bringing back Raid Shadow Legends! You know, when people say they offer collection RPG turn-based battles, you probably think of Pokemon. Well, listen here matey, you need to cut that fluffy shit out now. Let's get real, raw, dark and epic. Raid is a brand new free-to-play game and is absolutely popping off at the moment, with nearly 10 million players in the first 3 months. Raid has over 400 different champions, each with their own unique models, abilities and playstyles. I've been smashing this game for a few hours, so I've formed a bit of a solid squad. War Priest is my tank and support, with Shaman being my main source of damage. Gaelic is my main man and is a great all-rounder, especially since I stacked him with some lifesteal items, making him really tanky. He's strong enough to 1v1 this boss. There's so much diversity in the champions due to the 16 different factions, so you're 100% gonna find champs for you. If you just want to have a dick measuring contest and just flex on some scrubs, then PvP is also available. Like I said guys, I wouldn't promote this game if I didn't enjoy it, and I'm not the only one. This bad boy has almost a perfect score in the App Store, with over 200,000 reviews. There's a handy rewards program for new players, and if you use my link in the description and comments below, you'll get 50,000 silver for free and an epic champion for free. Thank you Raid for sponsoring this video. Malal, Malice, the renegade god, fucky McCuntface, whatever you want to call him, he is the chaos embodiment of anarchy. He represents chaos's strange desire to fuck itself to death, metaphorically, or literally if you ask Slaanesh. See, the only reason why Chaos hasn't destroyed everything yet, despite being a literal endless tide of overpowered demons and a lot of other nasty things, is because the 4 gods of Chaos, Khorne, Titsnitch, Nurgle and Slaanesh, hate each other's guts and really want to murder each other. Hence, in the Warp, which is the domain of Chaos, as well as the Eye of Terror, which is also the domain of Chaos, there is an unending war between the 4 gods. The galaxy's collective hatred of Chaos, combined with Chaos's hatred of Chaos, eventually formed into the god Malal, who embodies all of that hatred and destruction. And you may be like, yo Majorkill, Malal has like fuck all followers, how is he able to survive against the ruinous powers, since they obviously hate him as well? And that is a good question. Unlike Khorne, who is empowered by war, Slaanesh by pleasure and depravity, Nurgle by pestilence and famine, or Titsnitch by change and scheming, Malal is powered by everyone wanting Chaos to fuck off, so pretty much everyone powers Malal. On top of this, if Chaos gets more powerful due to them teaming up or choosing some shit cunt to try wreck the Imperium for them, then Malal also becomes empowered, as now there is even more people wanting Chaos to fuck off. Another reason why Malal has such few followers is because it's a pretty high mortality rate gig, like his staff turnover is worse than a Walmart store in El Paso. This is due to the fact that to pledge yourself to Malal is to dedicate yourself purely to fighting Chaos, and the old, the enemy of my enemy is my friend saying does not apply here. Malal is also enemies of the Imperium and the galaxy at whole. On top of this, those who are dedicated to Mal slowly have their life sources drained until they die. So if that doesn't answer why no one follows this cunt, then I don't know what will. He's got a pretty flawed business model here if I say so myself. I mean, when your followers are at war with literally everyone and are slowly dying of soul cancer, there's nothing too happy going on here. Maybe his employee benefits or some shit are awesome. I don't know, I wasn't there when they read out the conditions of employment. Like, they literally call his followers the doomed ones. Like, fuck me, man. Now let's talk about Malal in Fantasy first, keeping in mind that Malal might be the same dude in both Fantasy and 40k due to his status as a bit of a meme. So his first major appearance was through his champion, Caleb Dark. Caleb is an old character, so he looks like a bit of a wacky cunt from the 80s. Half of his armor is all cute and angelic, and his other half is demented as fuck. Maybe to symbolize his bipolar or sexual curiosity, I don't know guys. He is extremely powerful in combat, especially against the forces of chaos. No shit. And has absolutely zero time for nonsense. Literally, if Malal is like, oi bro, go fuck up that cunt, and the cunt in question is like some non-chaos looking dude, Caleb will straight up be like, why though? Which makes Malal that much more entertaining. All the other gods puppeteer their followers and dominate them, crushing out most of their personality and just filling them with some of their own communist bullshit. Malal is straight up like, yo, if you want to live a short life of non-stop murder and chaos, where everyone hates you and I'm slowly eating your life source, then sign up here. And whilst the offer is a shit one, he doesn't sugarcoat it or trick ya. In saying that, it is not unknown for other followers of chaos to switch to Malal as a way of escaping the other 4 chaos gods. This was a case of a tit-snit sorcerer who switched to Malal in order to regain control of his destiny. He died soon after, but on his own accord and not at the whim of Titsnitch. In Caleb's adventures, he actually teams up with the forces of Order to help them fight chaos, making it one of the only times that chaos and Order have teamed up, further establishing Malal as a cool plot point. Here comes the kicker though guys. The writers of Malal and his characters were freelancers, which if you know anything about copyright law, means that they technically owned Malal, not Games Workshop. This could have easily been rectified if Games Workshop made the writers sign up like the IP handover, but they didn't do that for some reason. Hence the writers turned out to be massive fucking Jews and told Games Workshop if they wanted to use Malal, they had to be paid royalties. So the name of Malal was terminated and the god himself was split into 2 minor gods, Zovasin and... oh mate, what is his name? Nekoho, I'll just say it like that. Now, before we get into these new iterations of Malal, I gotta say I'm not satisfied at all with his demise, so we're gonna make a new one, motherfucking law friendly. After an eternity of conflict against the 4 gods of chaos, Malal finds himself backed into a corner, his obsession with destruction as much as a weakness as it is a weapon. With a terrible blow dealt by the ruinous powers, Malal is fractured and destroyed. However, while you can kill a god, you cannot kill his ideals, hence the warp formed 2 new gods to take Malal's pace. Zovasin, the chaos god of mayhem and discord, who seeks nothing more than to fuck up people's schemes and plans, and Nekoho, the chaos god of atheism, who seeks to fuck up religion and faith. While neither of these new gods had the hatred of chaos that Malal did, their ideals directly opposed the 4 gods of chaos, hence they took on Malal's mantle and continue to fight against chaos in any way they can. And judging by their complete lack of mention since then, I assume they were fucking shit at their job and got yeeted pretty quick. So that covers Malal in Fantasy, a legendary fan favourite god who was torn down by the other gods of chaos via the cruel act of copyright infringement. Fortunately, this was not to be the end of everyone's favourite self-loathing chaos god. A new iteration of him emerged in 40k, this time called Malice. Due to them being the exact same god with only a copyright threat causing a minor name change, I will continue to refer to Malal as Malal instead of Malice. 40k Malal had all the same attributes as Fantasy Malal. He loves the colours black and white, he hates chaos, and he likes breaking shit and has no friends. What he did have going for him though was a pretty dope ass catchphrase. It goes like this. We shall deny Nurgle their flesh to fester and rot. We shall deny Khorne their blood and skulls. We shall deny Titsnitch their destinies and fates. We shall deny Slaanesh their pleasure and pain. Death to the dark gods. For the renegade god. Let the galaxy burn. Pretty powerful stuff, my dude. In 40k, Malal was also able to get his own loyal legion of Space Marines. They were originally fighting against Chaos for the Imperium, however due to them praising a Chaos god and also eating the flesh of the enemies, the Imperium was like what the fuck and declared them renegades. The chapter, called the Sons of Malal, didn't seem to mind, or maybe they did, no one knows because they cunts never speak. The Sons of Malal are pretty fleshed out. They were one of the 20 chapters that surrounded the Eye of Terror and helped keep the forces of chaos at bay. They were fucking excellent at their jobs, defeating many chaotic uprisings. The issue came about when Inquisitor witnessed the Sons of Malal's victory celebration, which, is just violently eating their enemies. Which is a surprisingly common occurrence with Space Marines, just to, look at the Blood Angels, but the Inquisitor who witnessed this declared them tainted by chaos, It's a bit of a cunt move by him, but maybe the Sons of Malal should have learnt a bit of subtlety. The Inquisitor gathered a force and attacked the unsuspecting Sons of Malal, which resulted in the Inquisitor and her troops getting cannibalized. The Sons of Malal then told the Inquisition to fuck off, which sadly ended with their planet getting firebombed. They fled into the Eye of Terror and renounced the Imperium. Abaddon was like, "Oh, sick, more soldiers for my 13th Black Crusade. Maybe with these troops I won't fail again like the useless piece of shit I am." But the Sons of Malal started murdering Chaos as well, so yeah, it was just kind of a bit of an awkward situation all round. Their ultimate goal, however, is pretty badass. Every few hundred of years, one of their supreme warriors becomes a doomed one, who is basically an overpowered cranky cunt that wanders the galaxy killing shit. Recently, the 11th and final required Doom one was recruited, 11 being Malal's favourite number for some random reason. With all 11 doomed ones, the next step is the 11 to be ritually sacrificed and likely eaten, which will then spawn Malal into real space. This is a big deal. It's very, very uncommon for gods, especially Chaos ones, to enter real space. A god in the Milky Way who has no allegiance would be a very dangerous one indeed. One that no Primarch would be able to face against, and maybe even too much for the God Emperor himself. I really hope they explore this plot point further, because a big dick moves like this get my juices flowing. From the brief lore we have gotten from Malal, he sounds like a pretty entertaining dude, so it'd be awesome to have an iteration of him on the playing field in some way. To be honest, the Malice incarnation is fine, it's a pretty cool name, I guess, plus as much as I hate to say it, AOS or Age of Signar being a new setting, they can basically do whatever they want with it, including the reintroduction of Malal. Now, as the lore regarding Malal is old as fuck and questionably invalid, it's hard to talk about this bad boy for 10 minutes. So I found myself surprised when One Mind Syndicate had a 13-minute video on him, so I did the unthinkable. I watched the video, and it was fucking awful. You know, as expected, One Mind Syndicate is an embarrassment to the community, but I also discovered how they got their video to 13 minutes. Firstly, he talks slow as fuck. Secondly, he puts in lots of unnecessary words, like he's trying to hit the word count on a fucking high school essay. And finally, he didn't talk about Malal until the 4-minute mark, and when he did finally start, everything he said was so fucking pointless and uninformative. The only parts that made sense were direct quotes from the fucking wiki.
Few men worship such a god. Fewer still live long in his service. The bonds that tie master and servant ever drain upon the soul of the warrior, and it is rare a man that can loosen the bond of malice once forged.
I think I actually hate One Mind the most now. Sorry Arch, you've been dethroned. What I find awesome though is not the number of views or subs but the quality of each audience. I'm the newest cunt on the block and I don't have time to chum out a video every day. I have less than 100 genuine videos, like most of my videos are me displaying my autism and getting less than 1,000 views. Despite all this, I feel like I get way more support from you fucking sick cunts, whether it be a pumping Discord full of genuine filth, or the fact that my Patreon makes more than Italian Spartacus, One Mind Syndicate, and Lawmaster of Sotek combined. It just shows how fucking grouse you cunts really are. Speaking of Patreon, the support you guys and girl have given me on there has been a massive part of my channel, and also I've been uploading way more regularly. It's also the reason why I'm investing a bunch of my time, effort and money into creating a 40k animated series. So if you guys do enjoy my content, even $1 goes a long way to helping me continue to invest in and grow in this channel. Plus by doing that, you get access to all the music in my videos as well as an entire library of exclusive custom Warhammer hentai. Here is one such piece that will likely just have gotten this video demonetized. The things I do for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.